I went back to the time and place in the game, and I got Dak saying what looks to be, "We effing suck." And right now it has 1.1 million views. The thing obviously blew up and went crazy. Do we have a problem with this? Do we have any issue with this? Dak Prescott on the sideline, or Bobby, are you challenging this and thinking this is not what he actually said as amateur lip readers?
I'm not challenging it quite. There was a challenge presented by Awful Announcing. They'd picked this up, and they said, is he saying we bleeping suck? Or is he saying these refs suck, or refs bleeping suck? Now, I thought no way the first couple times I watched it, but then I was watching over and over and over again. And you know how after you watch like 20 times in a row, you start saying, maybe I am seeing that a little bit. Maybe I am seeing Waldo. Maybe I am seeing the magic.
Yanni.
Yeah. And
Yanni
so
and Laurel.
I'm starting to, I started tricking myself a little bit, I think. I'm settled, I think, on it is we bleep and suck. But I was like 60-40 last night. Now I'm more like 80-20. I'm back. I'm clear-headed again. But I'd watched it 15 times in a row and started getting there. But there are some people who are suggesting he might be saying refs bleeping suck, which I imagine will be the out that Dak takes this week. Will be, oh no, I was talking about the officials.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That'll get him fined.
He'll own it. He'll own it and say, look, I'm frustrated. He may not even talk while undergoing the MRIs. Who knows? Look.
I thought it was easy. Clear.
I agree. What do you think?
That it's clear. Like, or
of him saying it.
Self-awareness. I don't have a problem with it. I do think that it's the worst thing that McCarthy could hear, because, like, the moment that the players think the team stinks and the leader thinks the team does, that's the moment where you start to, you're in CY. The players are in CY. They start playing selfish. They already weren't. You know, you're not going to take team at bats. You're not going to move the runner over. You know, you're gonna play. You're gonna worry about your stats. You know, you're gonna start doing stuff like that. It's a bad sign. That's a very bad moment for a player. You get the little things stop being important the moment you realize we ain't going anywhere. If Dak thinks they stink, that means the rank and file are gonna think that they stink, and that means they're gonna stop worrying about the little things, which showed up yesterday with, what was it, 7 of the 9 offensive penalties were pre-snap. Those are the little things that you stop worrying about when you know it's done.
I have absolutely no problem with him saying it. Is it unfortunate he got caught on camera? Yeah, but you know, you gotta have discussions with your teammates. I'm not gonna sit there and say you gotta act like the camera's on you 24/7. Don't say anything like this. You're talking, you're watching, you're observing. I got a tweet here from Frankie Kenneth. Oh, my Lord, how can any self-proclaimed leader of a locker room, money-grabbing, overpriced human ever stoop this low? Cowboys should file a grievance with the league to null and void that extension. This is despicable behavior, and we need to root it out. I'd rather hear Dak Prescott admit reality and the truth than Jerry Jones keep telling me they have a chance to achieve their goals. Which one would you rather be told, y'all? For real. Separate what you think about Dak as a franchise quarterback and whether he can win the Super Bowl. This is really no different from the famous Tom Brady-Belichick clip standing on the sidelines against New Orleans. They're both saying the same thing. They're both saying we suck right now. What's wrong with that? What's the problem? I'd rather them go into the locker room versus Dak saying, go ahead, jump off. Do you have that clip, Peyton? Did you go ahead and find that? After I tweeted out this video, people made fun of Dak, which I think is funny, saying, man, that's a long way. It's a long way from you saying this back in the day. Do you have it, Peyton? All right, play it. All right, fantastic audio that is.
Jump off if you want,
please. Jump off if you want, please. Jump off if you want. So that makes Dak look foolish, but he's just saying the truth. They do effing suck, and we've known they were going to effing stink, and that they do blanking stink. I'd much rather be told that than Jerry coming on here and saying, well, we got the players and the coaches. I believe in the players and the coaches. I don't have a problem with it.
No, there's no issue because they do.
It's a little unfortunate for him that it got caught on camera, or it may not be unfortunate. So we can all just stop. For anyone left pretending, and there's very, very few. For anyone in the locker room, I'll say in Frisco. For anyone in Frisco left pretending, maybe this could just go ahead and erase all doubt.
Yeah, I don't think it's unfortunate for him at all. I think it's people complain all the time that he doesn't show enough emotion and he's too robotic. He had a moment where he just looked at it and was like, yeah, we suck. Because they do. They're bad. Yep. They're a bad football team. They are one of the 10 worst teams generously in the NFL right now. If you look at their splits on EPA per play and on defense and offense, which is an efficiency metric, they're the worst defense in the NFL. They are the 10th worst offense in the NFL. That's what they're putting out there every week, and it's bad. And I think it's a good moment to see he clearly sees it for what it is. And that's why you always got to understand Dak's a politician. Dak's going to talk a certain way. That doesn't mean you're getting the same thing. There was one moment yesterday where he slipped in a way he doesn't normally, where he got onto Zach Martin really bad after it was either a pre-snap penalty, I think it was delay a game or something had occurred, and he was barking at somebody. And he doesn't usually do that publicly. Dak's whole philosophy is Dak will hold guys accountable. Dak will get in guys' ears. Dak will bark at people. He doesn't view it as productive to do it in front of the media or to do it in front of it. He thinks that's in-house. That's family stuff. I don't need to put that out there. You don't need to know all my dirty laundry. You don't need to know how I'm holding my guys accountable. But yesterday he did it a little bit. There's been a handful of times he's done it. I remember he did it Tampa, the opener a couple years ago in Tampa, where he pulled Tyler Biadasz to him and and then he quickly caught himself oh crap and kind of dropped it. I think you're just, when you start seeing those cracks a little bit, where he's snapping at Zach Martin on the field, and then he's just a little more leisurely saying, we suck, and allowing the cameras to catch that, I think that shows just how down everybody's guard is right now and what they feel about this team.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's part of the problem that, and I don't think calling people out publicly does any good. I know fans love to hear. I don't think it does any good. But every quarterback gets on the offensive line or on other offensive players when there is pre-snap penalties. They all do it. You have to do it. And that doesn't mean that the quarterback's always right? They're not always right with what they're doing, but this is part of being a leader, is that you've got to do those kind of things.
Cavante Turpin tweeted, then quickly took this down. Thanks to the Tolos for bringing this to my attention. Turpin, please keep my name out y'all's mouths, reporters and all. And I was like, oh, that'll fix it. That'll fix it, Cavante. He needs to tweet that to Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen was going at Turpin yesterday for stepping out of bounds, for not making a catch, for being tired, for being fatigued. And people were getting on Cavante, I think, for one of those Cooper Rush deep balls. So that is Turpin being very frustrated.
Why is Turpin the go-to on fourth down every play, every week? It always seems like they're gonna throw one up to Turpin on fourth down. It's like he's 5'2".
Well, I think it's a microcosm.
Yeah.
Was it that? Was it Greg Olsen, or was it the repeat offender? Was it Mike Leslie tweeting yesterday? Cavante Turpin, terrific return man. He's not an NFL wide receiver.
Oh.
So I don't know. It's possible. We already know they catch the.
What is that based off of? Off the end zone? I mean, based off these nuts. It's also, I guess, the pass down the left sideline the week prior. I think those were tough catches.
Sure, he's small. He's got natural limitations, but I would say that there's probably a tendency, because that got a lot of traction, that tweet from Mike Leslie. I'm sure he got tagged in it a couple times, Cavante Turpin, and I'm sure Turpin went, I know who this is. We just talked about this guy last week. And so that's the just so you guys know, when Diggs snaps, which he shouldn't have, this is kind of a pattern, I would say, that exists for players, they feel like, and that specific reporter.
What is up? By the way, how the Tolos reacting to the Dak video? Understandable or can't do that? Bad leadership or real leadership? 877-881-1053. What are you owing to?
The 906, Dak is 25th in QBR. He should be telling no one nothing. I don't think that matters. I don't think
they all stink.
They all stink. Yeah, where you are, whether you're having a bad year or not, the quarterback still has a job. That's part of the gig.
And he didn't say they bleeping suck. He
Right.
said we like that because they all do. Right now they do. This is the worst year of Dak's career. This is an awful coaching job by Mike McCarthy. The offensive line isn't very good. The defense hasn't been very good. Everybody's been bad. They are all bad. And so we bleeping suck is a great encapsulation of this team right now. That's the thing I tweeted yesterday. We got to stop trying to figure out what's wrong or spend time figuring out what's wrong. There's nothing wrong other than they're bad. Like, this is just, they're bad. There's no fix. There's not a, well, what are we missing here? You're missing nothing. This is a bad football team. And it sucks for them. Their window's closed. I'm sorry. It's time to renovate. And they're going to have to make some changes. And that better not start with a trade on Tuesday.